All right, we are on page 84 in your math workbook, and we're on the on your own question number 3. It says a printer needs to send 3,000 books to 6 libraries. Each library must get the same number of books. How many books should the printer send to each library? Complete the pattern to solve. I'm going to highlight some information in the problem that we need. We need to know that there are 3,000 books. And we also need to know that those 3,000 books are going to 6 libraries. So I'm going to highlight that to make it pop up to be able to see my information I need to solve. So 6,000 books divided between the 6 libraries. If you look down here, the 3,000 divided by 6, that is the equation that we're going to need to solve. So in order to get there, we're going to first break it down and think about using a basic fact of division to help us get to 3,000 divided by 6. If you see there the black numbers, we know that our basic fact is going to be 30 divided by 6, and that equals 5. So let's take the same idea. Instead of 30, try 300 divided by 6. We have 30 divided by 6, which is 5. And then we have one more 0 from that 300, so we add one more 0 into our answer. So finally, we're down to 3,000 divided by 6. We have the same basic fact, 30 divided by 6, and 30 divided by 6 is 5. But we don't just have 30, we have 3,000 with 2 more zeros. So I'm going to take those zeros and put them at the end. And that tells me that 3,000 divided by 6 equals 500. So the printer should send 500 books to each library. Okay? I'm going to continue on to question number 4. A dairy farm produces 8,000 gallons of milk each week. The milk is stored in these tanks. Each tank holds the same amount of milk. How many gallons does one tank hold? Well, if we have 8,000, I'm going to highlight my 8,000 gallons. And then we have to look at the picture to know how many tanks it's going to be divided into. We're going to have 8,000 gallons divided into 4 tanks. So I'm going to write out my equation first here. 8,000 divided by 4. Okay. So I first am going to look for a basic fact. So I'm looking here at my 8,000. If I start with just the first digit of 8, would 8 divided by 4 be a basic division fact that we know? Yes, it is. So I'm going to use 8 divided by 4, which is 2. Now I need to look back at my 8,000, and there are 3 zeros. So I will put 3 zeros after my 2 for my answer. How many gallons will one tank hold? One tank will hold 2,000 gallons. Okay. Number 5 and 6, we're going to use place value and patterns to find the quotients, or use the idea of finding the basic fact. So in 630 divided by 7, is 6 divided by 7 a basic fact? No, it's not. So let's add in the next digit. How about 63 divided by 7? That is a basic fact. 63 divided by 7 is 9. And then we have that 0 left in 630, so that will make it 90. Same thing with 4,500 divided by 9. 4 divided by 9 is not a basic fact, but 45 divided by 9 is, and 45 divided by 9 is 5. And then we have 2 more zeros from 4,500.